Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. So we are in my mobile office. It's 83 degrees outside, so I have the AC on, so I'm sorry if you hear that in the background. Also, the roads are extremely bumpy. I do have my iPad propped in my dashboard, so I'm not having to use my hands or anything, and it's not obstructing view or anything like that, but it could jump a little bit. A lot of magic, because here comes a bump. Yay! Ever be in the back of the bus when the bus hit the bumps when you were in school? Do you remember that? So I want to talk to you guys today about direct sales businesses and some of the things that I had a conversation with Chuck Thompson last night, and these are some of the things that we talked about, and I thought it was important to share some of these thoughts and these things to know how direct sales businesses function and how we might be seeing a flux, a little bit of an change happening in the direct sales industry. So unfortunately, there is another direct sales business that is closing its doors. I don't feel that it's necessary to say who. I appreciate their hearts and their minds, and I want to let them mourn in peace as they lose their businesses, and in some cases they're going to be losing their friends. If they've been, this is a company that's been around for about 19 years, so it's something that is pretty big that's happening and substantial that's happening in their lives as the doors are closing. And so we want to make sure that we respect their time and their space, and allow them to reflect and figure out what they're going to do. So what I want to talk to you about, though, is, we've also felt that flux in the Scentsy company. We had a couple brands that we've had, like Grace Adele, and Velata is going to be closing soon. So we felt that loss, and we felt that shift and change. It's really important to understand that there are different types of direct sales models, and I'm not here to say that anybody's doing it right or wrong. I'm not here to say that a company has done itself in for wrongness in their business. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to reassure people that the direct selling industry is just as strong as it's been. And what you're seeing happening is an attrition of businesses that have either run its course. Some may have just had bad business structures, not by intention, by all means, obviously. And this is my own personal feeling, okay? And I can either be right or wrong, but my opinion can never be wrong. So what I want to just say is that I feel in any type of sales model, if you have something that's consumable, and what I mean by that is if you have something that people need to keep coming back for, keep refilling, potentially keep upgrading, maybe, like cell phone services. But when you don't have that kind of product, there's going to be one initial purchase to fulfill that need that product is providing. But the potential of them coming back may or may not happen. I look at particular companies, and they might not necessarily have a consumable, but it's a product that could potentially be seasonal. It could potentially be something that is a necessity in our lives, like clothing, that we continue to change. Maybe we, gain or lose weight. The seasons change, so the type of clothing changes. The styles change, so the clothing styles change as well. So something like that may not necessarily be a consumable, but it's something that is repetitively refurnished or re-upped or revamped or upgraded, as I mentioned earlier. So if that product doesn't fit inside of that bucket, let's say, then what happens is the need for it goes away, the excitement for being part of that company goes away, and so that's what happens. You have these ebb and flows of businesses that come and go, but then there's these other businesses that kind of maintain and stay its course. Sometimes based on, and I'm going to use an example. Avon. Avon has been around for years and years. I dare say 100 years. And the reason that it maintains its use or its longevity is because of the fact that it sells consumable products. Now, it sells products in its catalog that are not consumable, but because of the consumable products, such as makeup, you have to refill your makeup. Perfumes, they run out. You have to refill your perfumes. Because those consumable products are the core essence of that business, those other types of products that get thrown in there are kind of a nice added bonus. Okay? I just don't want, and yesterday when I was having this conversation with Chuck, there was a slight uneducated fear that I was having, which is why I wanted to come to you and provide some education on the direct sales businesses and understand that there are things that will happen and there will be companies that come and they will go, such as we've had in our own company. And that's okay, because what happens is there's others like Avon that have been around for a really long time, that are paving the way for us to follow along. So with due respect, I do want to make sure that there is no animosity, jealousy, poaching, which I can't stand. What poaching means is actually, being disrespectful and going to the members of this company that is closing and saying, hey, since your company's closing, why don't you jump on board with mine? Give them time, guys. Let them have that time to grieve, because that's kind of what's happening. Especially some of these people that have been with this company for a really, really long time. And anything over 5 years, to me, that's a good amount of time to have been with a company to understand and to be part of it and to be loved by it and embraced by it and enveloped it, as part of your life. So, do know that there is goodness and greatness still in the direct sales industry, and that there are some companies that are really making it, and there are companies that are really taking charge, kind of, and having that forward momentum in the industry to provide longevity. Okay, so I just wanted to share those thoughts with you. Like I said, with respect, I'm educating, not pointing fingers, and I'm not saying that anybody is wrong or right or did wrong or did right. What has happened is kind of, either par for the course or something else, happened. And, there can be illnesses, there can be lack of business management, there can be attrition. There's all kinds of reasons why a business will decide to close its doors. So let's just respect that. Okay? So have an amazing day, everybody. I promised this video would come, and here it is. So I will see you all on the next video. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.